All right, so just got done seeing The Running Man, and it was it was good. Trying to figure out exactly how good it was. Um, it was it's an interesting watch because I like everything that's in it as far as the inventive action and you know it, all the action stuff is good. Um, there's lots of interesting things in this in the world of The Running Man. Um, Although some of the stuff, I don't know if I just missed it or something like that, but kind of like the way the world works didn't fully seem to be realized until much later into the movie when you learn a little bit more about like the class system and things like that. Um, I mean, I've never actually read the book, but it felt like there was a lot of other things going on in the movie that was taking up running time, running time, that could have been maybe developed, utilized more to develop the world that we're in to make you kind of understand it maybe a little bit more. But you know, there's a point in the movie where it kind of kicks into a different gear, and it's not necessarily it doesn't necessarily get better or anything like that. It just all of a sudden starts feeling like a completely different movie because the main character played by Glenn Powell, he he starts acting a little bit different, and it really felt like there was probably at least a half an hour of too much waffling in the first half of the movie, because the moment that I'm talking about comes with this girl in this car bit. Well, no, it's actually a little bit before that. Um, it's it's a little bit after we meet Michael Cera's character. Um, that it finally felt like the movie was starting to get a little bit more, into it as far as getting further into more interesting aspects of what was going on, as far as that the world and how everything is is really learning more about what he's really up against, not just not just the hunters coming after him. There's a lot more going on, and yeah, so that came way too late in the movie, and it really felt like, well, even though I liked everything that was happening before that, there was there's just too many things, too much dead time as far as unnecessary shots or small scenes in the movie that could have just been utilized for something a lot better. Um, but yeah, I mean, but it's not like I was disliking the first half. It just wasn't getting me invested, and the whole movie, I was not really too invested as far as like into it. Although I liked it, I just wasn't like excited about it. A good movie is always one where, I mean, it's not a breaking thing, but if you walk out of the movie and you kind of want to be that character or be in that world or something like that, um, to me, it's like, yeah, you really don't want to be in the world of Running Man. I guess unless you have the privileges or something like that. But even if you do have privileges of having a scarf, as you'll see in the movie, I mean, even if you do have those privileges, it doesn't seem like the outside world is really all that good. I mean, but I really don't know too much about it because the movie didn't really get into it that much. Um, so yeah, so it was like, well, I don't really. I mean, the character of Ben Richards he's okay, but he does come off as a bit hot tempered, and you kind of know a little bit about him, but there's not enough of a setup for you to really make you feel like, you want to be invested in the world and in the characters. And perhaps, like I said, if the world was set up better in the first half, if there was something about the characters, there's something about like I don't know, without really talking about specifics, um, trying to be as vague as possible. But yeah, there was just something missing from the movie as a whole. Like I said, about a half an hour in the first half needed to be taken out, and there was some dialogue and some moments that I just didn't get as far as acting choices or dialogue choices. Um, there was moments where I was just thinking, oh, a much better line could have been said here. Um, like I said earlier, I was looking forward to what the music was going to be, or how much songs was going to to take a part of the movie. And it's not the greatest in music. I really didn't care for the music, but there's only a couple songs, but the score seemed to be pretty good. It just, I just wish it was more engaging, and maybe the score needed to be more of a highlight rather than deep in the background. I, yeah, there's lots of little things that was off, but overall, um, they didn't hurt the movie as much as they could have possibly hurt the movie, because the action did hold up and there's a lot of interesting things going on throughout. It's a great looking movie. There's just some things that I would change, and yeah, I would definitely rewatch the movie. But am I going to rush out and buy it as soon as it comes out? No, I will definitely look for a really good discount and then maybe get it. And I don't know. I it'll be interesting to see people's reactions and how people articulate what they did and did not like about this, because um, yeah, it's a good to really good movie. I guess that would be like in the 7, maybe 8 out of 10 range. I do look forward to seeing it again, and maybe seeing if there was things I missed about the setup of the world. I mean, I kind of got most of it by the end, but there was just some things that was just, it was almost like they wanted to, like, it seemed like the script was just changing things as it went along, as far as, character motivations and just how everything worked in the world and in the game. And so I was never, it never felt like a comfortable watch to where I could just be engaged. Like I said, I was just sitting there thinking about the entire time, wondering about things, little things here and there that didn't ultimately make sense. But then, I don't know, it could have done a lot better job of just being a much more tighter of a script. And like I said about the changes, but I still recommend seeing it. Um, it's yeah, it's a good action movie. There's a lot of really nice things about it, some small things here and there, and I would say one major thing, as far as too much in the first half of dragging the movie down. Luckily, the second half is a little bit better, as far as you know our lead character Ben Richards acting like he gives a shit about what's going on, other than, oh, my daughter and my wife. But yeah, let me know what you thought about it, and I'll catch you in the next one.